Okay folks, well it's been a long time since I've done an update on my wide wheel. Just thought I'd share some pretty useful information potentially for people. At the moment the unit is on the charger, but as you can see 0 amps flowing. So, and it's pretty much stabilized about 55.41 volts. Now, interestingly, that's the voltage that you see appearing at the charging plug. And if we go up here to the handle, we see that it's 54.6 volts. So that's a good number. In fact, that's a really good number. But we're seeing 55.41. So, naturally, if you want to inflate a balloon, you have to put more pressure going into the balloon than exists in the balloon, or it won't inflate. Now, the problem I was having was that the unit was cutting off charge. So I've talked about that in a previous video and on a previous blog post, which I will link in the comments. But we're sitting neatly here showing 0 amps flowing in, just to point that out. That's that one there. And what I discovered was that I was watching it one day, and it was sitting at about 0.1 amps of the rate of charge, and then it suddenly instantaneously dropped to 0 instead of tapering. So I thought, that's not right. So I turned it off and then waited a while and plugged it back in, and sure enough, it started charging again, but then stopped. And I went, okay. So I decided, well, how can I try and help this recover? Because obviously there's a BMS problem, and the BMS kind of really needs to be pulled out, but I don't feel like pulling the battery apart, although I probably could. So I decided to install one of these. And so this gives me 15 minutes of charge, and then 15 minutes of nothing, and then 15 minutes of charge. These are pretty easily available little guys. And yeah, it looks like it's blinking, but it's not. So it's mechanical. I don't even care what time it is. And so there's a switch on the side of it to allow me to switch between the timer and get the right angle there so that you can see things. It's a bit tricky. Okay. So down means that it's on the timer. So down this way, and then up means it's just permanently on, right? So this is my remediation device. So when I first plug it in, I plug it in so that I've switched up and am running it full. And then when I've detected that it's not charging anymore, because usually my charging device, which is a 4 amp charger, not a 2 amp charger, that basically, me just standing up and getting out of the way, that basically makes a fan sound. When the fan goes off, I know that it's not charging anymore. So I can walk around the house and hear that happening. So now I left it overnight like that, and yeah, I'll keep you posted how it goes. But maybe, because why is this happening? And at the end of the day, right, the BMS, usually the ones that are in these scooter batteries, as they come, looks for a 0.2 volt, well, looks for any difference between each of the cell bundles. But if the cell bundles are more than 0.2 volts away from each other, then it cuts out when it's trying to balance charge. And it does that because it can't shed enough heat, and so if it tries to move more than 0.2 of a volt between cells, it may overheat, and that could cause a problem. So basically it's inadequate design because it's all sealed in a waterproof box without any air ventilation to allow it to cool, is my theory on why these BMSs kind of do this when the cell packs get a little bit out of balance with age. So if they're a little bit out of balance, then they're going to get more and more and more out of balance as time goes on. So yeah, hopefully this helps, and I'll keep you posted on what I do next.